What up? What up? What up? What up, everybody? Let's go ahead and get this started real quick because y'all don't want to miss this. Hit that like button, y'all. Come on. Invite everybody over here because we're going to talk the growth of a man, the man cave talk. We're going to talk about it. Invite everybody over. I got them here. A lot of people wanted them. Got them here. Let's go.
Starting on them haters like it born a superstar. If life was a movie, then you know my rated R. So fuck your whole crew, him too. Spotlight, do what he do. Starting on them haters like it born a superstar. If life was a movie, then you know my rated R. So fuck your whole crew, him too. Spotlight, do what he do. If I'm be alive, they'll just say I'm fresh to death. If that hoe don't act right, you gotta play it to the left. Feel like the realest walking as long as the Lord give me breath. I'm bad with the pen, Michael Jackson, Jermaine don't hear me though. So deaf, been on my grind, my own shadow shine. No more talk, reject decline. Money talks and that's all I'm hearing. So that other BS can get the hell off my line. About to go loot or roll out my biz. I'm on the clock with X, what time it is. How the fuck you bother when you came with who? I get the
everybody, tell everybody to come over.
Like a bowl of Fruit Loops. I'm old school shoot. Take your shit from a hoop to a coop. Late night and the neighbors like somebody's rocking, knocking the boots. Yeah, cash rules everything. Gotta get the loot. You ain't smoking, only gas your ass. Got this when you do. I don't wanna hear your bullshit like I got you on mute. You ain't got a lot of kick it, real niggas. I salute. Killing this shit. I need an all black suit. Location to the paper chase. I'm already in route. Lyrical killer causes death, verbal dispute. Swagger perfect how I execute. Oh God, don't eat that forbidden fruit. Starting on them haters like it was a superstar. If life was a movie, then you know my rated R. So fuck your whole crew, them too. Spotlight, do what it do. Starting on them haters like it was a superstar. If life was a movie, then you know my rated R. So fuck your whole crew, them too. Spotlight, do what it do. Wild loud every time the beat drop like Monica. Is that your chick? She tryna blow me? Harmonica. I stay on these suckers' necks, similar to Dracula. When them snakes cross your rock and roll like Metallica. I ain't got no friends. All I got is money. All you hear is heavy melody. Try to take it from me, bring it back. Boomerang. That shit strong. Rather eat crumbs or buns than eat steaks with snakes. Words my nigga DanaJay. Only God can judge me, give a fuck what you devils gotta say. My black shit pray for you, my white shit pull a pistol on the KKK. Asking where I been, I just tell them MIA. Meanwhile ballin' like a bitch, no disrespect to the WNBA. It's only popping in, they can come and watch us in. They gotta leave us alone. Away from your door. Say you love it, what you don't do now. Hope you're ready, cause I'm feeling for the putting down. Tell you never give me spare you. Not tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spend you. That ass down, make it last now. I'm a beat. Trying to say stop when you say go. Here we go again, that goes to school. Watch your baby girlfriend. Come on. You've been waiting patiently. Wondering when and where I'll be. The cousin rockets in the industry. Making this so she can't sleep. Go and get the money like a duffel bag, boy. I ride with my niggas like my name name was Dope Boy. Listen, you can't ride.
I got him here.
Legendary flow, I kick that shit like Bruce Leroy. Lame ass nigga ain't talking about nothing. Nobody got your back, cause you always frontin'. Girl, I wanna rock with you. Your baby wanna be starting something. We trying to function. You would think I was an actor, cause of the way that I be stunning on them haters like your boy superstar. If life was a movie, then you know my rated R. So fuck your whole crew, him too. Small like Oompa, Loompa, do what he do. Stunning on them haters like your boy superstar. If life was a movie, then you know my rated R. So fuck your whole crew, him too. Small like Oompa, Loompa, do what he do.
Let me go do this interview. Let me go do this interview, and I'm gonna call you as soon as the interview go. Okay. And because I'm interviewing Fat Joe bodyguard. Okay. All right. Jump on. I seen the link. Y'all see him? Y'all first seen him in the on the going home of DMX. Y'all first seen him on the going home service of DMX. He told y'all exactly. He told y'all exactly that when he come on, it's gonna be real. And he said the life that he lived kind of mirrored X's life, which is actually true. Wait, stop. So I'm just giving y'all a little impromptu of what's going on because we've been talking all morning, and he was just like, nephew, I'm ready. You know, let's go do this thing. Let's knock it out the park. I said, okay, cool. He said, bro, I'm gonna give it to you straight, and we're gonna talk real man stuff. So I want y'all to hear what he got to say. If you look around, you'll see the pictures. You'll see the pictures. You'll see he was Fat Joe's bodyguard at one time. The picture to the left when he in a tank top and the red shorts is when we was playing football. The picture up top to the right in the pink, the LA. I think he in a Maserati. I think that's what he got now. Just chilling, going to go speak with some youth, with some at-risk youth. And up top in the blue, he was going to go speak at the jail. That's what he do. He motivational speak. I mean, he's a great guy. That's all I can say. And I'm blessed. And I'm blessed to have him as my uncle. So when I tell y'all, it's not just about one person that I know in the industry. I grew up in this shit. Try to tell y'all, I grew up in the industry. But the conversation is, how can we get people or men and women from living as hood superstars to grown men? A lot of people don't understand that. Thanks, Toy. A lot of people don't understand that, but this conversation is for the grown and sexy. If you still want to stay a little boy, this ain't the conversation for you. If you still want to stay a grown little woman, this ain't the conversation for you. Because this conversation gonna be real. It's gonna be epic. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be sanctuary epic. There's gonna be some stuff that you need to hear. some stuff that y'all can impartake, all that. So while people trying to recycle different people or one person to be on their joint, hey, DeJuan, I'm going to go get interviews from different people who walk the life. He's not pro. He's not against. You're gonna hear from a man that had struggles as a kid, as myself. And most people think when you turn 18, you're a man. Nah. I'm not gonna tell a story, but you gonna hear the story. Hold on. Hold on, because I gotta send some stuff out. Here we go. I don't know how to do this. And he's here. The big dog is in the building.
Hey, what's up, beloved?
Man, look, I gotta do this right, man. Look, I gotta do this right. Cause I'm starting to feel, look. He have a sexy, here we go. Here we go. He have a sexy body in that tee. Look, oh man, you got me want to work out some more. Man, hold on, but I gotta do this thing right when it comes to you, bro. I can't have you half stepping. So what I gotta do is I gotta take it back to who inspired everybody in your real DNA. So check this out, y'all. I'm gonna do this real quick, and then we're gonna get right to it. Let's go.
Let us pray.
Yes, sir.
Lord Jesus, it is you who wakes me up every day. And I am forever grateful for your love. This is why I pray. You let me touch so many people, and it's all for the good. I influenced so many children. I never thought that I would. And I couldn't take credit for the love they get, because it all comes from you, Lord. I'm just the one that's giving it. And when it seems like the pressure gets to be too much,
Wow.
I take time out and pray. And ask that you be my crutch. Lord, I am not perfect by a long shot. I confess to you daily. But I work hard every day, and I hope that you hear me. In my heart, I mean well. But if you'll help me to grow, then what I have in my heart will begin to show. And when I get going, I'm not looking back for nothing, because I will know where I'm headed. I'm so tired of the suffering. I stand before you, a weakened version of your reflection, begging for direction, for my soul needs resurrection. I don't deserve what you've given me, but you never took it from me, because I am grateful, and I use it, and I do not worship money. If what you want from me is to bring your children to you, My regret is only having one life to do it instead of two. Yeah, I'm right here, dog. Where my dogs at? We right here, dog. Where my dogs at? I'm right here, dog. But once I go through, show you it's real. And I ain't really never gave up. Oh, it's fair. God, and I still. Not cause I want to, cause I have to. It don't make me show you with the back of it. You don't know by now, then you slip. I'm on some book that shot me jacket. Flip. Let my man in it stay pretty. But I'm gonna stay this shit. Credit, it's all for the money. Is you with me? The bitches, now commit the crime. When it's all, we transform like Optimus Prime. Off on the head, roll out, let's make it happen. If we ain't gonna get it with this, we'll take the cap. Bustin' off, dustin' off, it's soft. Against money with the biggest mouth, let's off this nigga. Come up, I guess it never made a sound. Breathe you get harder, he getting bust down. Yeah, it's gonna be killers. Get at me, dog. Yeah, it's gonna kill us. Get at me, dog. Yeah, what's the break? Get at me, dog. With the deal. Yeah, it's gonna be killers. Get at me, dog. Yeah, it's gonna kill us. Get at me, dog. Yeah, what's the break? Get at me, dog. Now we're there. Looking too good for serving. Some hurting. What you know, robbing, jerking, sticking, cause they deserve it. But money got murdered. They know we got slow, cause they hurt. The gang blew up the spot a while. And the mob ain't got shot a while. Just take some light off the night. Everything in sight up. You rather not have your ass right up. The Mexicans, he wasn't able to stand. I got this able of man with a weight for their hand. The days are longer and it seems like I'm wasting time. I've got a lot of dreams, but I'm not really chasing mine. I soak it all up like the 65. Nowadays, get by just more than occasional meal and getting high. I live to die, that's where I'm headed. Let your man hold something. Now it's all about you can get it. Yeah, it's gonna be killers. Get at me, dog. Yeah, it's gonna kill us. Get at me, dog. Yeah, what's the break? Get at me, dog. Come on, get.
All right. I had to play that because it's a reunion for us, you know. A lot of people don't believe it, but this man done been everywhere, seen and done just about everything. God has transitioned his life from one aspect to the other. So I was going to say, y'all get ready for Animal, but he said, no. So damn, I got to transition y'all. Y'all get ready for the one and only Jay Fleming.
Grace and peace, beloved. Grace and peace.
And long time, man.
Yeah.
From the football field.
Yes, sir.
Well, no, from Lafayette Projects to the football field to now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I like and love, man, and rest in peace to the God, DMX, truly one of my greatest artists ever. In prison, I listened to this brother. Took me out a lot of dark places. A lot of people don't realize, X has been in a dark place for a long time, and he's been sending subliminal messages. And actually, if you watch the last video that he did, I think someone asked him about why don't he have any prayers on anymore, and he said it straight up. Listen, it's time for y'all to start praying. That was tough. Yeah, it's time for you guys to start praying.
Wow.
So,
hey, Mama Murray. Hey, Kiana.
Let's get into it.
All right.
So, known in the streets of Baltimore. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Get the title.
I'm about to say the title of this live is The Growth of a Man. Man Cave Talk. Let's go. And
deal with it.
And we're going to talk about the growth of a man from leaving boyhood or childrenhood to adolescent to young man to grown man to you are a man. So let's get with it. Run with it up. This your show.
All right.
Run that sugar honey iced tea.
You got nuts, baby. All right. So, earlier when we were talking, yes, I'm known in a lot of different states and cities as Animal, and I've lived by that name. I live by that image to the fullest. But the truth be told, and this is how we got into the topic of what is a man, and from my personal experiences, I became a man at 35. So this is going to spark a lot of situations in females' lives
Hold on for a second.
today.
Hold on for a
Go
second.
ahead. Go ahead.
I gotta say this. Brooke Valentine is here. I don't know if you remember her, but I know you know who her husband is. That's
Okay.
Malik's wife that be with Tate that used to work out and with y'all.
Okay. Okay.
All right, go ahead. I just want to let you
Okay.
know.
So, brother, you got me caught up. I'm sorry. So, again, about my personal experiences and situations as far as for women dealing with grown boys.
Right.
And I said for myself, I became a man at 35. And for me
Wow.
and a lot of other people that are going to be able to adapt and understand what I'm saying is it's a lot of women out there now that are married to grown boys. You understand what I'm saying? Like real grown boys. And they have
Okay.
so many. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Break it down. No, not on you. I'm just
Yeah,
commenting.
because they have a lot of underlying issues that they don't want to talk about, and what happens is it start being displayed. And you ladies, you've been seeing these signs a long, long time ago. I'm an individual who, and I have no cut card about my life by all means, believe me. I've been molested at a young age, and I started living behind so many lies and placing so many images of things that I wanted to be, but I was so afraid to live that I became a thousand things. And whenever I had girlfriends, even all the way down to my ex-wives, I was never really the person that they were looking for. I was a
Wow.
liar. I was a cheat. I was violent. I was aggressive. I did a lot of different things instead of being what they wanted me to be. But in the insight of all of that is I couldn't be that person. I needed help, and I never
Wow.
seek the help.
So, so how did you get to the point where you had to evolve from that violent, that, that man that everybody was feared you as
Hmm.
globally, that everybody feared you as, even from your days back when from a Fat Joe and a Drew Hill and all that, even from your days with them, because when I spoke to Jazz like, man, where Animal at? And I said, man, Animal is still here, but Animal don't live no more. But Animal's still here. I can't hear you, huh? Your volume went out.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You good?
I can't get you.
Can you hear
Hold
me
on a
now?
second. Let me try something.
Can't hear you. Say something. Georgia girl, that's Unc J. Fleming, and the one that spoke on the DMX funeral. Cut the volume back on. Go out and come back in. We can't hear you. I don't know what he hit. But look, as we wait for him to come back in, y'all. Um, yeah, he bodyguard for everybody. Um, football player, extraordinary, everything. Um, motivational speaker, all of that. Look, let's get these likes up as we wait for him to come back. I don't know what happened. Hold on. Hold on. One more road to cross. One more T. Gotta live my life.
You
There you
there?
go. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, my apologies, everybody. So your question to me is about how I got to this situation, but I wanna go back and help people understand. First and foremost, um, your awareness with your kids. By all means, build a greater relationship with your children the way you do with this technology, these phones, the Facebook, the Instagram, whatever it may be. We know that we spend 4, 5, 6 hours on these phones, on Facebook, all the social media. My situation of how I became the animal in school, I was an A student. I was an A student, almost the teacher's pet, the principal's pet. You call it what it is. At home, I felt like I was the lovable child, that one that mom always give a little extra hug to. Um, in sports, I was always, the number one guy, all the trophies, the MVPs, and the kid that everybody liked and wanted to be around.
Right.
And I went to church. Faithfully, I went to church. I went to church so much, I felt like I was Christ himself at sometimes. Monday we going to church, Sunday, every day almost pretty much. But so what happened is when I was molested at the age of 9, the school did not notice. And this is just me breaking all the way down to how I got to my situation. The school didn't notice my behavior changes as well as my grade changes. Instead, they just put me in a category of, this is a troubled child, and now all of a sudden I got ADHD. Now they want to put me on Prozac and all kinds of crazy stuff, And that's what they do to you when they act like they don't understand you or they want to dismiss you. So moving forward, my mother, my mother, who used to give all the hugs, and granted, she had a lot of jobs to provide for 6 boys by herself. Um, she didn't notice the mood changes. She didn't notice the attitude, and all of a sudden the out of the blue violence. And at this point in time now, I'm mutilating cats and I'm mutilating birds and whatever I can get my hand on, just to try to relieve the pain that I was dealing with. But I didn't know
Right.
how to really express it, so that's what I was doing. Um, at football practice, my behavior was just not that of, a 9-year-old kid. I was not listening to the coaches, constantly trying to, when the whistle blow, I'm still trying to, hurt someone. Um, and then in church, for me, when I got to church, I actually was no longer that kid. I wanted to pray as much as I did and hoping that God would just save the situation. But my problem lied in I prayed to God and asked him and felt as though that, he never answered me. He never came to my need and never gave me any understanding. At a young age, it's pretty hard because you don't know who to talk to and what steps to take. And that's a lot for a 9-year-old kid. So I felt the school failed me. My mother failed me. The school failed. God failed me, and the coaches failed me. So
Wow.
through all of this failure, I became a little animal because I actually almost caught no, I did. I caught a attempt murder charge at the age of 11. I had actually tried to drown a quote unquote friend of mine. But the problem was I was, excited about the feeling that I was receiving when I had my hands on his neck underwater. It was the control.
Wow.
Yeah. So, sorry, I don't want you guys to think that I'm actually laughing. It's just what you're hearing. It's actually a lot of pain. And I tell this story enough that I hope people really pay close attention to their children's behavior. Please, by all means. So that's how that birth of animal became. So to fast forward to man, I want to say this so everybody want to make this clear so people can understand what I'm saying. for me, man was not defined by his age. Man is defined by experience.
Wow.
Grant, there's no blueprint to fathers, to daddies, because there's a lot of men that are doing nothing out here but donating. And you women have to be a lot more cautious. This is not me bashing men. It's just me telling my story about where I've been. Just to be a lot more cautious for you guys, because you got a lot of chameleons out here. You got a lot of chameleons. These guys are looking at you just for your bodies. Of course, you know, we love women with nice bodies. Me, I'm a personality guy. I could care less what your body look like. If you have an ugly personality, I don't want nothing to do with you. I done been all around the world. I done dated much as people I can date, race-wise. But for me, right now, I'm just trying to live. So when nephew said to me, you know, he wanted to introduce me as Animal, and I don't want to be introduced as Animal. Animal no longer exists. I just fought COVID. COVID almost took me out of here. And I'm telling you guys on this internet, I haven't prayed to God since I've been 9 years old. I laid on that bed in the hospital almost 2 weeks ago. And I was pretty much been told to go home and die, pretty much, because they can't do anything else for me. And I understood it, because I've been in this situation before. I've been kidnapped, shot, stabbed, and dumped in the park. So that I was familiar with facing death. But at this point in time, it's like, this is an illness that's going to take me out.
Right.
I actually crawled out of that bed. No motor skill, legs don't work, arms is not working. I threw my body over and I landed on this dirty hospital floor, and I started praying. I started praying, begging for my life the same way I did when I was kidnapped.
Wow.
So when people have conversations with me and ask me about, you know, man, what happened and how did you change and what, you know, what's going on in your world, I said, I feel like I'm reborn.
Okay.
Honestly, you know, and what I mean by that, I prayed. Easter was on Sunday, of course, and I prayed when I was sent home. I was told that you know, pretty much, you know, like I said, it's not much else we can do. I can give you another day if you want. That's what he told me, to make you feel comfortable. Another day to make you feel comfortable. And he never looked at me. And when the doctor walked out, he tapped me and said, "Good luck." And he meant that, because I needed it. But what I really needed was the Almighty.
Right.
So I came home and I got extremely sick. Like it was really bad. It was past what I was dealing with in the hospital. And I begged for my life again. And I asked him, I said, you know, Lord, I know we haven't had these conversations, but I know that medicine cannot heal me. It's you, Lord, that's going to take me from this situation that I'm in and allow me to see my kids, to see my friends, to walk and talk and be strong and deliver this message, because that's the only thing that I could be on this earth for, is to deliver messages.
Right.
Because I've been in these situations too many times. I tried the suicide in the gun jam, the same gun that I used to use on other people. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah. Whoever wants to hear this story today, if they're listening to the story today, if they're receiving the story today, I'm here to tell you, it's no ifs and buts about it. When you start talking about the growth of man and what you want and what you're looking for, you'll get the first, when a man first start talking to you, it's you too, men. When the woman first start talking, you're going to have everything you need. And then right from there, the first couple of sentences or statements or situations that you put in your head, you're going to have a great understanding of exactly what it is you should be doing.
So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, come on.
Yeah, Naomi said, yes, indeed. I know the feeling. I've done been there with my son, because it's hard when you're trying to raise a son and the father is locked up, but I can say he is a better child.
Okay, good. And see, I want y'all to watch this one. This one's going to bust you in the head. We give titles to people that don't deserve them.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, there's uncles that should be doing uncle duties. not making them do anything. It's just your uncle. You're supposed to play your part. Your cousin's supposed to play. We keep talking this family can raise a family, right? Family. I mean, what was it? The village. It takes a village to raise a family.
Right.
I'm listen. I don't want to keep trying to make and give these sob stories about me, but my life been my life. You know what I'm saying? I done slept in the cars. You understand me? I done slept on a church front, the cardboard, the plastic wrapped around me.
Right.
Washing my body in Burger King's, McDonald's, and Wendy's, locking the doors. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sorry, man. I almost got emotional with you guys. Yeah, it's tough because when you're trying to deliver a message and you want people to really understand what they're dealing with, that sister there, listen, you're going to be strong because that's the only thing that these situations do to us. Me, I thought I was dead a long time ago, but he has me here for a reason to constantly deliver these messages so people can learn how to change, because I never thought I could. I did even be close to talking to you guys. You know what I wanted to do? If you had 2.5 in your house, I'm coming to get it. I don't care who's in there. If you had drugs in your car, if you was on these streets hustling, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it, period.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's not a game. I live by that means. And I'm going to tell you, when I stood in front of that parole board and I explained to this lady, I said, listen, y'all ain't got to release me. You understand? Because I'm at peace. This makes sense to me. I've been in pain all my life. I understand this. This is the only thing that's going to make sense to me. So I did wrong for so long that I thought wrong was right. Now, let me get that to you again. I did wrong for so long that I thought wrong was right, which means the things that you did right didn't make sense to me. The things that are logical to you are not logical to me.
Right.
And that's truth. I'm telling you, when you see a lot of these people, they say, oh, that person's crazy. Think about that for a second. Are they really? Do you really think? Because you can't see what they see. Let's flip the tables, baby.
Right.
It's time. It's time for us to grow up. It's time for these men to really take ownership and stand on top of their own. Stop all this. Listen to me. Animal, rock, beanbag, monster, cut the bullshit. Really. What's wrong with being us? Why we as a race, why we always gotta hide? Why can't we grow up? We're the only race that's losing the race.
Facts, because we abandoned ship before we even get to the start line.
Yeah, but we always beating on each other when other people are beating on us. We can't win. You understand me? We got to cut this bullshit out. Listen, let me tell you something. I done fucked up my whole entire life. Like I said, the only thing that got me where I'm at right now is the Almighty, right?
Right.
You hear me?
Right.
I had a credit score of 400. You know what I did? Made a phone call from Michigan with my credit score and told the man, I like that Maserati. He said, I just rang the score. When you want to come get it? Wow. I've never legally purchased a car from off a showroom floor.
Wow.
You understand me?
With a 400 credit score?
No, I had a 400 before.
Okay. I'm about to say, show me how you did that.
Easy, champ, easy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that I felt like I was so condemned that there was no tomorrow. I had no pathway. And this is another thing that I want to explain to the listeners on here now. For men and women, listen, when somebody tell you, hey, man, I got a plan, or I had a dream, you know, those are the key components right there. If you got a plan, then let that be his plan. You got a dream, I'll listen to it. Don't mean I got to be a part of it. I've been in so many situations and predicaments where I've been incarcerated and heard an idiot talking on the phone, telling somebody, man, this nigga got me locked up. No, he ain't get you locked up. You got yourself locked up, fool.
Yeah, because you went along with the plan.
Hey, listen, he had a plan, right? So which means what? What you doing? You laid in his bed, had his dream. So it's now your situation, not his. We got to grow up, man. We got to grow the fuck up. Real talk. I apologize for cursing.
No, you good. You good.
And get deep into my situation. You
no, you good. You good. Toy Smith said, no matter how bad you think you've messed up, God hasn't changed your mission.
Right. Right.
What,
Okay.
what you think about that?
Well, I still have a lot of growth. I'm 50 years old. I appreciate you, young brother or sister, or
That's a
whoever.
sister,
I'm sorry.
That's a sister, young sister.
Yeah, young sister. I appreciate you, I'll get there. I'll get there. I want to have a better relationship with God. I want to really have what I grew up with, and I'm looking forward to having that. I have nephew. He's a very, very, very spiritual person, but I know I have to take baby steps. I want to have a greater relationship. I've got to have a better relationship. I want to be a better father to my kids. I know I'm a great father. I want to be a better father.
Right.
I just want to do right because I
So
did wrong. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, go ahead. And Huff said, "Nobody perfect. We do the best we can, and when they grow up, and when they grown up, we pray they are better parents than us."
Right. But what is growing up, though? You understand me?
That's the key.
What is growing up?
Really growing up?
What is growing up? That's what I'm saying to you. At
35,
the only reason I was able to start seeing things is because I disconnected myself from all the negativity. I went in my phone. I had 401 people in my phone, and I said, you know what? I shared this with my little kids. I said, y'all having issues with y'all little friends. I had to go ahead and constantly delete, because the only thing these people wanted from me, y'all, is, hey man, this brother got this situation. Nobody loved me. That's how I felt. Wow. I wasn't receiving what I needed. But at the same time, I was no longer that person I was. So they were constantly trying to reach out to Animal.
When Animal no longer lived there at that address.
He's no longer at that house. You can't turn that key no more. You can't open that door no more. You can't sit on that couch no more. You can't sit at that table no more. You're not having nothing to eat with him no more because he doesn't exist.
Right.
I got children to take care of, man.
Hot Rod. Right.
You understand me? I got an oldest daughter that when I came home off of 17 and a half, 2 weeks, 3 days, an hour and 36 minutes of my life, shook my hand like she was a businesswoman. Not a hug. And I got news for y'all. To you soldiers that want to play games out there in the streets that done some serious time, I know you can relate to this one, right? When I came to see my oldest daughter, that I missed almost all her teenage years, right? This is what she says to me. She says, while you were gone, oh man, I'm sorry.
Now take your time.
She said, while you were gone,
that's what we do here.
I tried to teach myself how to ride a bike. But instead, the bike drifted into the street and I veered from a car and broke both my legs. You were supposed to teach me that, how to ride. And because I'm so light complected with these hazel eyes, girls hated me. And they started to beat on me every day. You were supposed to teach me how to protect myself, right? Then the last bombshell, she says, last but not least, I need you to know this. I was molested, but you were incarcerated. Excuse me. She said you were incarcerated and you wasn't there to protect me.
Wow.
So if you brothers want to sell drugs and think that that's the only outlet to be a great provider, take that story with you. See how that resonates in your soul, because it tears me apart. Every day I'm in pain. I can never, ever forget that. Every day I suffer from that child that I told I would never, ever see any harm come to her. Painful. Wow. So soldiers, young men, fathers, daddy, whatever it is you want to be. This that grown man shit right here.
Yeah.
This grown man shit here. Don't take none of this shit personal. But if it's personal to you, you got certain issues you got to deal with on your own self. Because I dealt with mine, champ. I'm not telling you got to go see God. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to tell you right now. You're going to have to see somebody, whether it be on this earth or somewhere else.
Toy Smith said, when you take ownership and become a better man, implementing extreme ownership requires checking your ego and operating with a high degree of humility.
Wow.
Tough. That's deep right there.
That's tough. That's tough. I like it. In
That's
fact, I
deep.
love it. And I just my way of life right now is I don't know no other way to live. And I like for a long time I used to hear people talk about that gray area, and I was too too bashful to say like what the fuck is the gray area?
Right. What the hell is that?
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I live in color, nigga. I don't live in black and white.
Yeah. Hey, but listen, this is what I want to also tell your listeners though, right? This is some classic. So Fear is a monster. I really ran and played in the streets, but and made the moves I made with Fear. But the crazy part is I couldn't even read, y'all. You know what happened when the situation happened to me as a kid at 9? All and everything that I used to understand and knew how to do, I couldn't do it no more.
Wow.
I couldn't function the same. I had to almost like a person who was paralyzed and being taught how to walk again.
So it's like once that situation happened, it took your psyche so far out to the point where you ain't know. Wow.
And listen, and anybody that's on this line is, man, that had, and I'm sorry, anybody that actually had, been sexually abused or something like that. For me, one of the crazy parts, I have like a sixth sense now that I can actually look at a person without them telling me, and I know that they've been abused.
Wow. Wow. For Naomi said, I have a brother that is locked up, and they was trying to give him life for a murder charge due to his history of his crimes, and they gave him 35 years. I am my brother's keeper.
Okay, well, your brother's been charged with his past, but a lot of times I want you to talk about this young brother EJ2 Graham. I seen him write something. I just wanted you to get onto it. So a lot of times what happened is the change. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she said, I am my brother keeper. I did, and she meant to say I did everything she could and to make sure her brother had the best lawyer. Hey, Hot Rod.
Okay, well, I mean, and that's all you can do. And listen, by all means, and no disrespect, don't take this wrong. A lot of times, what people don't realize is when we go to prison, y'all go to prison. Why? Because we got to call you for the wants and the needs.
Jeez.
So all the pain and suffering that you're going through, we're putting you through. And it's crazy part about it is that's when that man part needs to bounce in, because that's when we start saying, you know what? I was out there running it, hitting it hard. They wasn't right there with me. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't want her to take this wrong. It's just, it is what it is when it comes to that penal system, because you can't imagine all the phone calls. We got to send the mail. You're trying to get on there and talk. And what's going on now for Christmas? You have everybody in the background laughing and joking, and then the phone goes dead.
Yeah, because you don't got no more money on your card.
They having such, I'm telling you my story. They having such of a great time that they actually, what they do? Oh, they hung the phone up. I can't call back. I actually, here's a good one. I was talking one time on Thanksgiving, and my cousin said, man, call back. Granny just came in. He forgot that quick where I was at.
Wow.
But that's not his issue. That was mine. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was already on a whole nother path. I was already doing some things. But then when you think about it, for me, I wasn't me. I was put into this image because of certain things that had perpetuated because of what happened.
Right.
Me never seeking help. You understand me? 13 years old and I'm standing in court and I've been arrested 11 times. Y'all don't think there's something's wrong here?
Yeah.
Instead of calling this baby a menace to society.
Wow.
But you'll go to the school now and check his records. Look at his school records. Oh, they're horrible. He's a horrible kid. Let's get rid of him.
And Kiana Butt said, because we are not taught to love each other.
Okay, sister, so let's deal with it. What's the angle? How do we deal with that? I like that. Let's deal with that. Who got to teach us? Who's going to teach us? Are
guess
we
it
willing
starts
to
at
listen?
home.
Huh?
I guess it starts at home, right?
Experience, man. I'm telling y'all, experience. Everything ain't starting at home.
Right.
We're not doing, everything's not starting at home. Everything's, listen, first and foremost, let's do this. Let's start taking ownership of some of the shit that's going on. Let's do that. Let's be clear about that. Let's take some ownership. Let's not keep pointing these fingers. Remember when I said what I said about a man, he's not defined by his age, he's defined by experiences. So I had to go through this shit. I had to be dumped in somebody's park with bullets all in my goddamn back. One of the most frustrating things I used to do with people when they would say to me, God don't make no mistakes. So I said, what was I supposed to be molested? What are you saying? And then they pause, right? Don't know what to say. And I'm not talking man and woman. I was molested 4.5 years.
Wow.
When I first got my little girlfriend, and I'm thinking, excuse my French, I'm trying to perform oral on her because that's what this lady was making me do, and I get the shit smacked out of me. And you know how confusing that shit is.
Right.
You understand me?
Right.
Your whole life, your world get flipped upside down. So I had to go through a lot of different things, but at the same time, I was trying to understand why. The why. So I'm not trying to frustrate that sister, but I'm saying we have to take some type of ownership to something.
And it's not that how, the what, the when, or the where. It's always the why that keeps us at a place where we always gotta be standoffish, like, can I even trust this situation anymore?
Right. I seen that sister said the same thing happening. I'm sorry for you, sister. I hope that you had some growth behind your situation and learn, if not, seek some type of therapy.
Fantasia said that. Yeah.
Yes. Get some type of therapy, sister, because I'm telling you, man, without therapy, my life was a total disaster. I didn't care. I didn't feel. I didn't understand. Everybody else's pathway was my pathway. If they laid down, I laid down. That's why it was easy for me to tell the story about this guy had a dream, because I was with the guy who had a dream. I was with the guy who had a plan. I was with the guys who thought that they can make millions overnight. I've been with all these guys. I've been with them all.
So let me ask you this, huh? What was your experience bodyguarding Fat Joe?
Actually, it wasn't a bodyguard and Fat Joe. That picture that you guys see, I was trying to start my own label. You know what I'm saying? And I know a few cats that played in the South Bronx, and I was just introduced to him. I was trying to make something happen for him. I don't want to put his business out there.
Right.
So I'm gonna leave that what it is. Right. But I've done a lot of work for R&B artists, man, and it was different because I still had that penal system mentality. You know what I'm saying? You got R&B artists, and you guys are like the love makers, the shaking, moving, and grooving. And here I'm on my gorilla status, people looking like they want to give you a hug, and I'm thinking, dude, too close.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's just a lot, man, that I was kind of put into certain positions and started not really understanding that this was the changing of my time. People were actually giving me jobs to do certain things, but I still couldn't get away from them streets.
Right.
And I I just had this dialogue with I speak at different barbershops down here in Baltimore. Right. I was telling the barbershop last week, I said, when a whole lot of things have happened in my life, the streets became my father.
Wow.
So that was my understanding of getting the hug. So the negativity was my hug. You know what I'm saying? The violence was my I love you on my birthdays. You understand me?
Right.
At 50 years old, when people say, man, well, what you want for your birthday? I said, just tell me you love me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I need you to mean that. But if you ain't meaning it, I don't want no gifts. Don't take me to dinner. Just tell me you love me and you mean it.
Mama Murray, she's the mother of the channel. Mama Murray's like 76 years old. She's about to be 77. And she give advice on the channel. And she said, wow, much needed conversation. Powerful and profound.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen carefully.
Mhm.
He's speaking truth that can save a young boy life and development.
And that's what I do. I up here in Baltimore, juvenile justice. Well, actually, because of COVID, it slowed up, and someone seen me speaking at the barbershop and actually gave me a job to come down and speak at juvenile justice and reach out. And the young lady that was there said they've been hiring people from all over the country that has college degrees and all these, different paperwork, to speak to these children, and said they never in their life seen anybody in their 20 to 25 years of working down there, seen anybody captivate these kids like this. And I said, you know why? These children are hybrids. They're different than what we grew up. You understand me? So these children know automatically that if you haven't had any type of experiences like them, then there is no communication. Nothing's going to make sense to them other than you just coming in there and it's a little bit of time out for them to come out their cell and act a goddamn fool.
Right.
Same lady who sent me up to your college, Morgan State, to speak to social workers. And me, I didn't have a problem with it. I'm thinking she's telling me I'm going to speak about 10 students and stuff. I go in there, man, she got me in here. I'm sitting there dumbfounded. It's about 60 to 70 people in here. And I started speaking and I started seeing tears. And automatically I knew that there's so many people that was touched, that has an understanding, that walked a certain pathway. The one young lady says to me, she says, sir, can I ask you a question? I said, yes, ma'am, of course. That's why I'm here. If I come across a child that's gone through the things that you've gone through.
That's Nikki's question right here.
Mm-hmm. That's gone through the things that you've gone through. What advice can I give to them? Well, I said it wouldn't be an advice that you would give to them. What you'd be doing is saving their life by getting them the necessities that they need, such as a therapist. A lot of these kids, but you believe it or not, these children, the ones that are being sexually, physically, and mentally abused at home. So the people that we're going to scratch the surface, call it what you want. The closest one that you think won't, will. That cousin, that uncle, as sad as it is, the fathers.
Wow.
As sad as it is, the fathers. But what I'm saying is that young lady, she had some underlying issues herself. And just like with this police stuff, man, some people get into professions for the money.
Right.
You understand me?
I was just about to go there.
Yeah. And that's what you're having going on out here. People getting into these professions for the money, not for the love of it, and to really seek and help people and give them what they need. You understand me? And that's why our children are like they are.
Let me ask you this, and then I'm gonna let you go. And because I know you've been here for a minute, we can definitely do a series on this if you want.
I mean, I'm good for 15 more if you want. It's up to
you.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
I had a conference at 8:00. So I mean, if you guys are okay with me still talking, let me know. If not, then I'll just shut my big mouth and be gone.
Do everybody want them to stay, or do y'all want them to go? Because y'all know I can go. This 16-year-old that got killed, that had the knife. Now I broke it down on my channel in 4 different perspectives. I broke it down on the father issue. I broke it down on the standby passenger / friend issue. I broke it down from an angry person issue, and I broke it down from the police side. And I showed for the distance. With the distance that was there, there's no way he could have tased her because the taser would have fell on the ground. There's no way he could have OC sprayed her. There's no way he could have hit her with the baton. However, my thing is, yes, she was using brutal force. And what they taught in the academy is you gotta embrace brutal force with brutal force.
Actually, they're trained to kill.
Right. However, I would have shot her in her butt cheek and not in her lung. And the first bullet is what killed her, and that's the bullet to the lung.
Okay.
And the other 3 was overkill to me. But what people over here didn't understand was, why couldn't they shoot in the leg? Well, and I broke it down. Well, you're taking a chance of hitting the artery. But I want to hear your side.
Okay, let's deal with it. First and foremost, to all our listeners on here, police are trained to kill. They're not trained to wound. And second, third, fourth, and fifth, you have to understand that when we start talking about this black and white issue, and even if we have white listeners on here, well, my grandfather's Jewish and Italian, so it is what it is. When you have not grew up with a certain ethnic background, you know what I'm saying, of certain ethnicity, like you haven't had any understanding of our culture. Give you a great example. If you look on television and see this white neighborhood, there's nothing but violence, right? Stabbing, murder, negativity, all of anything that you could possibly think of. The same way they do us. I'm just trying to just listen to what I'm saying. Then you become this. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hold up, look what Naomi said. But I said, do you want him to stay? Do you want him to go? Look what she said.
What she said, man?
Stay sexy.
I appreciate you, sis. Yeah,
I
but
yeah.
So when you start talking about those areas being all negative and bad and these type of situations, and you never grew up with this race. So only thing that you see, you watch the television. What is television doing? The depiction that they show of us is negative. It's violent. It's aggressive. So how are you going to come into my neighborhood with a peaceful mindset? Absolutely not. I don't know how these people are other than what I see, other than what my coworkers tell me.
Right.
So his approach is not going to be, you understand what I'm saying, as light as it is. He's not coming. Listen, that young girl was wielding a knife.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, this is a baby who also was afraid.
That part.
So you got a lot of different variables dealing with here. She was afraid. She was scared. She was afraid. She was scared, and definitely wasn't expecting for him to do what he did.
And then the thing that got me was, instead of her father breaking the fight up, he kicking the other grown lady in the back of the head.
What did we just talk about?
Yeah.
What did we just talk about? Growth, right?
Yeah. And then when his baby gets shot, he say she's a kid. But how do he know that? Because all of them look grown. She big as hell to be 16, bro.
Listen, and once again, it's the same thing with the boys. You understand me? They're hybrids now. The little girls that we went to middle school with, they ain't no goddamn titties. They're mosquito bites. You understand me?
Man, boy, they got
my
a whole
teenagers in here got ass and titties.
Yeah.
And I most certainly will go back to prison for that. Easy.
I told Journey the same thing. Don't get nobody hurt.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stuff, man, that we could talk about on here. I'm ready to go with it. You send it, I would deal with it.
All right, well, let's go there.
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold tight for a second. Did any of your listeners wanted me to elaborate on anything, or did they have any questions for me about the things that I've talked about?
Yeah.
I told you I wanted to talk to you. The young fella, somebody typed something on there. He said something about his OG. I did see a little bit of that, but it went up too fast.
Yeah, EJ said it. I'm gonna go back up and put it where he said.
Yeah, let's deal with him.
EJ said. He said, I've been taught these things by OGs since the age of 11. So I don't take any offense whatsoever with conversations like this, because I teach the same messages to few of my guys.
Okay. Wow. All right. So I want to deal with that for a second, and I want him to chime in on this. And it's no disrespect. And disrespect is only to those who can't read the underlying issues. You understand me? And once again, that goes back to the growth of man. See, when you, like the young lady was talking about, when you put away all that pride and all that goofiness, you dig what I'm saying? You start learning how to live. And that's what's happening for me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
starting to propel through life. I'm starting to see the things that I'm supposed to see, because I no longer listen to people like I used to. I no longer walk those pathways. I got a purpose now that I didn't have before. I have vision now that I couldn't see before. I got ears that I listen to. I mean, I'm not ears that I listen to, but ears to listen.
Right.
Instead of ears to close.
Right.
You know, everything. What's my slogan? Just because you got lips don't mean you should speak.
That's right.
You understand me?
Yep.
So
I
I want to deal with him with the
okay.
OG, right? What makes him the OG? Is he still on?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah. What makes him your OG, champ?
EJ, but he said Uncle Jay said, what makes the guy that you look up to the OG? But while he's answering, I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the mothers that's raising kids, and the
Bless
baby, and the baby daddy really don't want to be bothered with the kid, and the kid is like teenage style, and the mama is like trying to do everything she can, but there's other principles around that's fighting against the mama or to try to take the kid and influence the kid. What advice would you give that mama or those mamas that's going through this? And because I have a lot on here that's going through this.
Okay. So once again, remember we were talking about that village.
Right.
You remember that village?
Right.
And then people having titles that don't deserve the titles.
Right.
Right. So when you got certain people that see these struggles, because these struggles are not that they're not visible. You can see it. You can hear it. People know what time it is. You understand what I'm saying? So, and as sad as it is, she's going to have to go through so much struggle. She's going to have to hit that bottom, but she's not going to want any help from nobody. She's not going to need any help from nobody, because that energy that's going to come up behind that is going to propel her so goddamn far that she's going to take that baby and move forward and do things that, you know what I'm saying, that don't require help of anybody. No man can't do this. No man can't do this. Champ, I just told you, I was dying. Man can't help them.
Wow.
You understand me? So who's going to help them?
God.
That's the only thing. Don't look, listen. I'm not no holy moly person. I'm telling you right now. I just told you since the age of 9, I'm 50. I just started praying, begging for my life.
Right.
Ladies, hear me by all means, man. I'm not trying to, if you ain't into Christ or Jesus, Lord, whatever it may be for you, pray to whatever it is that you must pray to seek the guidance that you need, because man ain't going to give it to you. Those are facts.
Right. And see, and two things. EJ said, okay, gotcha, Uncle Jay. I have a purpose also, and I'm on it full time.
Okay.
And Fantasia said, he not lying. He speaks big facts. That's one of the mamas that's been
good.
I'm not going to put it all out there, Fantasia, but she been casted out to the wayside, treated as a rag, treated as a sex doll.
Okay.
Beat on, and she's raising 2 kids by herself, and she propels every day.
Every day. And that's, see, listen, what did I just say?
Yeah.
So she took, just like I took, because she said we shared a similar situation. You dig what I'm saying? So when you take those negative entities that has been dragging us and keeping us shackled, you understand? When you break those chains, man, the freedom, the mental, the emotional freedom that you get, you don't want and need nobody to do nothing for you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Once you plateau, I'm gonna deal with that young brother too. Once you plateau out, you didn't, but not necessarily plateau out, because there's so much more growth in life that we have to have. You know, and then when you got these children, you can never have enough education. You know what I'm saying? You're never too old to get education. And these babies want and need all the time. All the time.
Right.
And
and
I check this out. On you, sister, I pray that brother or whoever the situation is the father living?
Yeah.
He's living?
Both of them.
Let's pray that he has some growth. Let's pray that he come into manhood. Let's pray that he come into being a father, a greater man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, there's no blueprint There's no blueprint to this thing that we call daddy or father.
But then EJ said Uncle Jay, my grandfather, is the OG, and
Okay.
he taught and talked to me so much about modern day life and how it evolved over the years. At the time, I'm a kid and learning so much, so I just follow my instincts and elevate.
Like his response. And here's the reason why I asked him about this OG, because we got a lot of guys out here. Once again, we give titles to, right? But I like the way he just explained what that OG was and who he was and what he gave him. You see, you can't go, you go anywhere these days right now and somebody's, yeah, my OG, yeah, my OG. What is he?
Right.
You know, some of the kids out here said his OG still got him hustling. So that's not an OG. That's an original idiot. He ain't no gangster. He's an OI.
Right.
Because original gangsters, see, we gone through something. We've been through the channels. We done suffered already for you. So in order for me to be the OG that you asking for, I can't have you going through what I've gone through. You can't deal with that pain that I dealt with. I definitely and most certainly don't want you understanding and thinking that this shit that I dealt with makes sense.
Wow.
Because I believed it. And now that I see different and know different, there's no way in the world that you call me OG that I will let you go through that type of life.
Right.
No way. That's why my nephew Dana's on this line doing what he do. Because if he had to do anything else different, then he would have to see an animal. Facts.
Period. And Huff said, you don't have a village anymore that will hold your child accountable. These people nowadays will be upset if you speak to their kids when they're wrong.
Okay.
Wow.
And you know why? Once again, we talking about the evolving of life. You understand? These phones have corrupted us. Social media has corrupted us. The kids don't have a life. We used to play hopscotch, double dutch, marbles, jacks, cards. We don't do none of that stuff. So, Auntie, a whole lot of things have changed. And because you have the young parents, no disrespect to the young mamas, but the OGs for the girls were the grandmamas. You hear how he just spoke and talked about the OG was his grandfather. So it's a whole lot of change that's broken. It's not that it's that so far gone, although people think that the generation X or whatever they want to call them is gone. They ain't gone nowhere. They ain't gone. They right there in front of you.
Yeah.
Because I went to the juvenile prison and talked to them and made them cry.
Yeah.
They're hiding behind what? The same image that I was. Trying to be something that you're not.
Love yourself.
Going places that you know you don't belong. And believe it or not, some of us have lived in some of the most uncompromising places ever. Projects, listen, I loved it, but at the same time, I've learned how to be a soldier at an early age. You know what I'm saying?
Coming from that concrete jungle, you don't have a choice.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that when you're in certain environments, sometimes it is a struggle just to go to the freaking store.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mother always said, I don't care what it looked like out there. Inside here will not be the projects.
Right.
You know, so, man, I'm loving this, man. I really appreciate everybody listening to.
No problem.
This is awesome.
Oh, you got 9 minutes.
Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Who else has some questions or some?
Love yourself said, my 3 sons are grown. One is an electrician.
Talk.
And the other is a realtor. But my youngest son is 24 and he refuses to move back out. How do I encourage him to find himself and to move back out of her house?
It's first and foremost, he's 24. You can put him out. So that's it. We're gonna cut right to that. That's a man, right? We're gonna try to say 24, he's a man, but he's actually not. You follow me? So I made a joke about it, but really 24 still ain't where he need to be mentally. he still probably need that encouragement from mama. He can't do the things that his brothers did. He's not where they're at.
Wow.
That's all that is, sister. That's all it is. He's not ready to leave that nest.
BC just texted me and said, tell Jay to speak.
Yeah. That's the only thing I know how to do at this point. And right now, all this love that I'm receiving, these are my brothers and sisters. This is the love that I needed in the beginning. But it's okay. I'm here to deliver this message, and hopefully that someone leave here today or think about it tomorrow or have a dream about it tonight and move forward.
And then Naomi said, my son has 5 kids, and trust and believe my son spend time with his kids.
As he should.
Because he said, I love my dad, but I am going to be better than my dad with my kids.
Now watch this. Ma'am, that's because your son is the father to those children. See, a dad is a sperm donor. That's what a dad is. A daddy comes and he drops. A father is a provider. Wow. I don't know nothing about it until I became one. And I'm still learning. I'm building my own blueprint to this life. I'm going to have a greater relationship with that child that shook my hand. But the ones that are here with me now, I'm daddy, I'm father, I'm the nurturer, I'm everything. I'm a superhero. And that's why when I caught that COVID, it broke them down.
Right.
And that's why when I speak, they listen to me clear. That medicine ain't do a daggone thing for me. Ain't no Tylenol, no ibuprofen, no nothing. That all the stuff that everybody was telling me to do. Damn near eating onion pills and all whatever. Nothing but prayer.
But you know what killed me? But they tell you 666 is the mark of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
And for years, I used to go around saying that until I looked up what 666 really is.
Hey, listen.
Six protons, 6 proteins, 6 molecules. It creates your melanin. So now they telling you to hate your melanin because your melanin is 666.
Hey, brother, that's a serious podcast right there. We're going to have to deal with.
All right, cool.
You start talking about the biblical aspect of things hundreds and hundreds of years ago, speaking out of the Bible and going against the Bible would cause a man or woman death.
Oh, we'll talk about it on another one.
What I'm saying. So.
That's another time. Last question. EJ said, I always wanted to become a music artist, and I'm glad he said this for last. I always wanted to become a music artist. Already got a few songs and get into acting. I always had dreams of those. Here's what I want you to do, and because you've seen that dark side of the music industry, explain to them about the music industry and the stuff that the labels will do.
Yeah. So a lot of things. It's just like television, man. Listen, watch this one. I want y'all to work with me here. Television.
Oh Lord, hold on, wait. And then Naomi said, "Baby sounded like DMX, man. Those Baltimore speaking."
That is crazy.
See what they ain't believe me when I said that we spent time around Earl, man. They know that.
Yeah, for sure.
But go ahead, because they know DMX. We know Earl.
Yeah, but I'm gonna just tell you, like I just said, television tells live vision. You understand what I'm saying? It tells lies. You know, you ever watch the news and hear a bunch of great news? No. You hear pain, suffering, killing, death. You know what I'm saying? You hear a whole lot of negative things. Actually, a therapist told me not to even watch the news because I was falling in too much of a deep depression and keep watching all these negative things around me. And that's what news is. But to answer your question, young man, first and foremost, what was his first thing he said? He had a dream, or he always wanted.
He said, I always wanted to become a music artist. Already got a few songs. And getting into acting, I always had those dreams.
Okay.
So I always had dreams of those.
Okay. So, and it's not going to say that this is for everybody, but the entertainment business is a whole nother beast. It's a whole nother world. You have to really surround yourself with people that are very knowledgeable, because you'll be taken advantage of. It's very violent. It's nasty. These are the things that you don't hear about. Um, Little sexcapades. Like, it's a lot of stuff that goes with that business.
Right.
And let's go back to the dreams and all of these things. Stop dreaming and start doing.
That part.
Stop wanting and start getting.
Yep.
If you already wrote, it's so many different ways. Now they have the technology for you young guys to do something with the YouTubes, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not well versed in social media like that, but I know there's different ways that you're able to get into the industry a lot quicker versus how it used to be. So change your wants and your needs to I have to have.
Love Yourself said, I put him out 2 months ago and he came back. Whatever
how did he come back? How's that? I don't understand.
Listen, Love Yourself said, I put him out 2 months ago and he came back. Whatever he's going through, he refuses to talk about it.
Okay.
Only way I can see him coming back is if he's running from something or somebody.
He's running from himself. He's running from himself.
Okay.
Okay. Because if somebody was after him, they went straight to that goddamn house. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
He's dealing with his own situations. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Like this thing, we make life complicated. I just listen to me for a second, because I know a bunch of these listeners on here have gone through this. How many times have you let a car over in front of you? They didn't say thank you, and you zapped up. This bitch, motherfucker.
All the time.
Right? You get irritated, you get upset. But the problem is this. Did you do it to help this individual, or did you do it looking for some type of response, some type of, help? What's the issue?
Wow.
You see what you created? You create your own situations. That's what I'm saying. You created. You didn't want that motherfucker to come over. Don't let him over.
Right.
Now you in here, your energy went total left, bumping the horn, zapping out, driving up on the side of it. Don't know if this person is having some serious issues and blow your goddamn brains out your head.
Right.
Come on, man. We got to grow up, man. I'm telling you. I've been that guy. Play with me. Back then, play with me. It's not a game. I most certainly, anything and every people listen, I put my hand on everything to love. And the people that's on here that know me, I'm telling you.
Deshaun,
I had to think that you had sneakers on your feet. I didn't give a goddamn if they was my size. I'm taking them.
Deshaun said, that's Big Unk. Duct tape and dirty basements.
Duct tape and dirty basements. That's it. That's it. You understand what I'm saying? And these are people that understand the game. Like, I never spoke about nothing that I didn't live.
Right.
And here I'm out there coaching football, and I'm giving them like some messages, but a lot of people wasn't catching it. And that was my slogan: duct tape and dirty basements. Now, I don't want to go too far because you ain't going to incriminate me, Joke.
Deshaun said,
it's all good.
Deshaun said Park Heights and Belvedere all day. He know what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Nisi 69 said, Dana, can we get him to come on more to talk about other stuff too? I know what they want to talk about.
Listen.
I purposely ain't talk about that because that's going to need some time, because a lot of people is not able to process what that other conversation is going to entail, and we don't got the time to do it right now. There's no way that we can do it in under 5 minutes. That's no way possible.
I got a text. I'm at 8:15. We don't.
But the draft in 3 minutes.
I'm saying it's up to you, but we can still put it on something else. But I'm just saying that this is for your listeners. Like, honestly, a lot of things that you have to do when you start getting involved in situations like this. Like, for a long time, my nephew's been asking me about getting on live and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, you know what? I go to these schools, I go to these colleges, I go to these barbershops. Why can't I jump on nephew line and drop a few jewels for them? So I talked to him today and I said, listen, let's deal with this And let's see what your listeners think about that. But the whole thing about listening, that's the ultimate part. You have to have an open mind to listen.
Right.
Because a lot of people, when they listen, sometimes they don't realize they're actually talking. You don't have to talk physically. I'm talking mentally. And this is why you misses so many messages or so many jewels. That's why I said what I said. I hope that most people that listen today can get off this line and think about what I said. Dream about what I said. Start experiencing situations that you're going to see. I'm telling you, I put my on everything. The next time I get on here, somebody going to say something to you and say, man, you ain't going to believe this. You ain't going to believe it. But me, I'm going to believe it. I'm going to tell you why I'm believing it. Because there's not a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. I'm supposed to be on here today to make a difference in somebody's life. That's what I believe. Damn coincidences.
Okay. Toy said, Dana, Nisi69 suggests if we can get our guests to come on more to talk more about life, he's talking great things that people need to hear in life today. Okay, well, look, maybe if I talk to Unc real good, we can do a weekly. We can do a weekly Uncle J corner, but he's a busy man, and the thing is, on the day that he come on, I'm gonna get him to put his Cash App up there instead of mine. So everything that will go to me, y'all send it to him because I learn every day. And he'll tell you, I was a hothead.
Yeah.
I still am sometimes, but I was worse back then than I am now. Whoa, way worse back then than I am now.
That's why I said what I said.
Right. And it's funny that EJ said something about dreams because I went to that's right here. I said, yo, I'm dreaming about some things. And he said, don't dream, do. And 2 days later, I up and left Baltimore.
Done.
And everybody was like, yo, what the hell happened?
Mm-hmm.
I just got tired of living that life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And everybody is just, I love home, but don't get me wrong. But when I called him the other day, I was like, man, I'm thinking about coming back. He said, why? What's here? And he never said don't, but he said why. And then my daughter's like, oh, we don't want to be here no more. We coming down there with you. So why go back?
Mm-hmm.
But maybe if I talk to him real good, we can get a Uncle J corner and just give him Thursdays or Fridays or whatever day he want and just let him wear it out. Nisi, stop playing. I am not a high head. Come on, man. Nisi, you got to know how to act for guests, man. You can't show out for the guests. Oh, Naomi said, I got babe. Wait a minute. What the? What? But before you go, I got to hear it one time. I need everybody to hear what I've been talking about. Can I get one animal prayer?
Baby boy.
Can I just need it one time.
I got it written down, champ. I ain't got it copyrighted. You can try to get somebody to steal my shit, boy.
No. I wish I had somebody.
Where's that? Pull it up.
I don't have it.
Dana, I've been sending it to you for years. What's wrong?
I don't have it. I got a new phone.
Say it again.
I got a new phone. I don't have it.
If I close out, will it let me see something. Let me try something for a second.
I need that animal prayer. It's something about that thing that get me riled up. I told y'all, if you ever rob a bank and with Nisi, and you're going to have to shoot her if y'all get caught. Because she going to tell it all. He's still a damn hot hit. Hell wrong with you, Nisi? Trying to get me in trouble? Are you snitching, Nisi? But yeah, do y'all like conversations like this? He'll be back. Do y'all like conversations like this? But that's all I want to know. Because if y'all like conversations like this, I'm going to continue to bring them.
You there?
Yeah.
Okay, it went out.
Nah, Nisi, you don't keep it real. You're a snitch. Oh, wait a minute. And Prima Donna said, and stubborn. Oh, time out. Prima Donna have the hottest t-shirts out right now. We want to support Prima Donna and get the t-shirts. Prima, I want two. I want two. I love them t-shirts she got. I want two. Yeah.
Yeah, you keep going out. I'm sorry.
Look. If you can't find it now, just bring it next time.
Yeah, send them more. That's easy. Let us pray.
Let us pray.
Yeah. So
see, now I'm about to go get my remote control car now.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and break. I just want to thank all your listeners for listening. Hopefully, the things that I've said have made some type of difference.
Right.
That you cannot suffer. I wish nobody is in any type of suffering. I've heard a lot of pain on here, though. I've seen some pain on here, but just know that there is some brighter days. It may seem long because I had a long time before I started seeing the light, but it can get brighter. You just got to keep holding on. Just hold on. Don't lose your grip. And to the young lady that was talking about the young man that she said came back. Did we deal with him yet? Did we deal with that situation?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So I was saying to you that you said he's running from something, and I was saying that, yeah, himself, and that he's not, because he's 24 doesn't mean that he's a man. He's still got a lot of underlying issues that she has to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Actually, it's his father. Does his father play a part? Is there any uncles that play a part in his life? Can you reach out to him real quick?
Love yourself. Do his father play a part? Do he have any uncles to play a part? Don't go nowhere, Prima, because you coming on next to talk about your shirts.
Yeah, and does he have any children?
Oh, and love yourself. Do your son have any children?
I can't see it.
I'm waiting for the text in now.
What's she say? Hold on. His father dead. His father died when he was 15, and no uncles, no kids. Okay, right. So again, and he's 20. Okay, so his father passed away when he was 15, and he's 24 years old. Right. So he's still dealing with a lot of issues. That's pretty fresh. That's pretty fresh. So if she don't mind, why did he get put out?
Love yourself. Why did he get put out? Well, until Love Yourself come back, Prima Donna is pressing the shirts herself, and they are R. Kelly shirts, and they don't look like Avant. Hello? Yeah.
You want to just go ahead and deal with that? I mean,
no, I'm good. But somebody was like, "Are you live?" I was like, "Yeah." They was like, "Oh, I'll call you back." All right. Prima said, "I'm also about to upload to Teespring since my channel will have a market soon." Prima, I need to get with you to do all that because I want to start doing that too.
She said he refuses to get a job, and I've gotten tired of supporting him.
Ooh. Yeah, it's something else going on with that.
Okay, so right now, and this is just me speaking. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a specialist, but he's gonna have to get some hard living, because I had quote unquote loved ones that thought I was still that animal that wouldn't even open the doors for me. So that's why I did the sleeping on the benches and the other situations. But you're gonna have to give him a hard lesson for him to grow up, because he can't just make himself come into your house without you opening that door for him. And if you want him to stay in your house and you're so worried about something happening outside for him, then he got to figure out how to feed himself. He had to figure out how to wash himself. He wouldn't have no soap. He wouldn't have no food. You know, make him do something, sister. Earn something. Do something.
Okay, she just said he gets mad when his brothers buy cars or new shoes.
He can't get mad about nothing because he ain't doing nothing to do anything. He's not making a difference. He's making a situation. He's making excuses. That's what he's doing. You just said he's not working. So how you gonna get mad? That's an oxymoron. That doesn't even make sense. Not saying, you know, that you're not making sense, but I'm saying it doesn't make sense for him to get mad.
Wow.
If he want to do anything, he should be asking them about an application. So
And she said
he got brothers, so he do got brothers. So you need to have a family meeting. Get the brothers in there to constantly talk to him.
And she said, so I stopped doing for him, and now he's taking it out on me.
Wow. Okay, so where these brothers at? Where these brothers at?
Yeah, the brother should be beating his assets.
Are the brothers older?
Yeah. Yep.
Come on, man.
They are two older brothers.
Yeah. So, I mean, at this point, those guys should be stepping in, you know, or he needs to go live with them. But as far as in the household, he wouldn't be eating anything. He wouldn't be washing with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping in a bed with some sheets that are clean. He didn't clean them. He ain't washing them. No. Yes, look at this. 31 and 27.
They're the older brothers, and he's 24.
Come on, man. Come on, mama. You got to stop. You got to stop pacifying. Now you got to force feed him. You're pacifying the situation. I know you don't want to hear this, but you're pacifying the situation because at this point, he knows that you will.
So make him buy his own food.
He has an outlet. You understand what I'm saying? You know what an addict, you know what happens to an addict before they can actually become well and move forward and start teaching and preaching and telling people where they've been at? He has to hit rock bottom, which means you got to take, pardon my French, take the titty out of his mouth.
And she said they tried to help him, but he don't want help.
Look, if you hear what I'm saying,
time to put him out and change the locks.
I'm not trying to make.
And she said, yes, you are exactly right.
And if I'm exactly right, then you must go ahead and do what needs to be done. And you know what needs to be done. I'm sorry that you're going through this. No parent wants to go through this situation. Now, like I said, I'm still trying to build mine with my oldest. But he's a young boy. That's what he is. He's a young boy. And the only way that he's going to be able to see himself being a young man, he has to have experiences that require for him to see that this is what I must do. This is what I have to do.
Nikki M said, love yourself. They will take it out on the ones that are close to them. I'm sorry you are going through it. I dealt with this when my son was 19. Now he's 32 and doing wonderful.
How did he get to that? What did he? I mean, you understand? So let's deal with Nikki real quick.
Hey, Heavyweight.
When she was dealing with that, what did she do?
Nikki, what was your steps that you did to deal with that? Love yourself said, I understand. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I see it. Okay, let's move on.
She just needed, I just think Love Yourself just needed that extra boost.
Well, that's fine. But you have a young lady on her, Nikki, that says she dealt with that. So let's see what tools she did so that this young lady can deal with it. The Baltimore voice.
Oh, Nikki said, how? Put his ass. Nikki ain't gonna hold no punches.
Right. But remember what I said. How was he able to get to that point of growing up?
You had to hit right bottom.
Nikki had to do what? Right. You got to put him in a position. You got to have him, suffer. He can't there's no growth without suffering. Be clear about that. If you young ladies out here trying to lose weight, you got to understand there's going to be some pain and suffering. Period. And that applies to you men too. There is no success without suffering. Period.
But a lot of people want that microwavable shit.
Man, listen, man. I don't care what you want. The
They
bottom
want to
line
go get
is,
the lipo. They want to get the tummy tuck.
even still, you have to apply something. You still have to keep it up.
Yeah.
You have to keep it up. You know, and some people need that little help, Dana. Some people have been suffering for a long time. Some people have been suffering for a long time. Look, I don't care how you do it. Get into it, chop it up, eat, whatever you got to do. Long as you understand that there has to be some type of suffering in order for you to see any type of success, period.
Nikki
Look at
said,
this. He
Nikki
owns 3 homes. Get out of here, man.
Military, SF rank, married, about to have his second kid.
That's who need to be on the goddamn show. Him. Tell his story. When she
We ain't
put
know
his
no about
ass
it
out.
yet. We ain't
When
know no
she put
about
his
it
ass out. Huh? Right.
We
Tell
ain't know
that
no
story.
about it just now.
That's a story to be told. She put his ass out. And what did it do to him? He had to find himself, man. I'm telling you. You sitting down in that bottom. Man, look, you better get me going back to being homeless, brother. I'm trying to tell you, you don't know what it's like to walk up to somebody's goddamn window begging. You don't know what it's like when your stomach is in the back of your ribs. Or rather, when you see a relative and they act like they don't see you.
Wow.
Look at me now, goddammit. I'm sitting in a $110,000 Maserati. Huh? I'm living up here with these goddamn Jews and Chinese folk, lawyers, doctors.
Wow.
I'm a business owner. I own tractors. I ain't selling nobody's drugs. I ain't out here running up in these houses like I could have. I'm just about
to. Yeah.
You understand me?
Let's go saying, get it.
I'm just saying at 35, I was still a boy. That's all I'm saying. I was at that bottom. And young lady that you're dealing with, that little 24-year-old boy, put his ass out like she said.
And what I love is that the women now are congregating and surrounding themselves around Love Yourself. And they go, that's what I love to see, the women. I didn't even have to say nothing, but they all, look, here's my number. You got my number? Man, it ain't nothing more.
This is what we must do. That's the energy. You see how we went back to her? And look what's happening now. Take my number. Listen to my story. This is what you need to do. Inspiring words of wisdom. That's great. Listen, man, y'all ain't gonna get me emotional. I'm gonna get up off of here.
Look. Maybe I'm gonna talk to Unc and see if we can make this a weekly thing. Cause Naomi, you sending Naomi through the roof right now, and she holla, I'm listening, talking to baby. He better get that Baltimore voice. Laugh out loud. Love you all. Look, Unc, we appreciate you. We love you, man.
I love you guys back.
Definitely, I'm gonna push to have this happen. If not every Thursday, then every Friday, and we just gonna title it Life Session with Unc J. And just let it go the way it go now. And if people want to jump on and like all of us talk, that's what it's gonna be.
Okay, we can make that way.
So that way you can give direct, advice. It might be me sometime. Like, look, I'm going through this. I'm about to smack. I already know what that outcome gonna be, but yeah.
So for sure.
So we love you. We thank you, Unc J Fleming. He's here. I'm gonna save this breakdown. I'm gonna put this breakdown in my saving bank, so when he come, I don't gotta do all the isms, gizms. I can just go grab it and snatch it and drag it. That's it.
Okay, well.
All right, Unc, we gonna let you go, bro.
I just want to say thank you to all your listeners. I really appreciate you guys allowing me to share my life with you. And again, by all means, to the men and women, please, I hope I didn't offend you in no way, no form, no fashion. I mean, no harm. I just wanted to tell my story, and I'm a sharpshooter. I don't deal with that gray area. I speak how I speak. So hopefully you guys can move forward with your life. And then the ones that are out there that are going through the suffering and pain, you young sisters, y'all getting together, y'all gonna pull her in tight, man, hug her verbally, hug her physically. If you're close near her, give that young sister what she needs. And I'll be looking forward to talking to y'all again. Y'all have a good evening, man. And this is Big On. Love y'all. Peace.
I love you, huh?
All right.
All right. Look, love every last one of y'all. But you got Naomi talking about the t-shirts over here. The look, man, I ain't not messing with y'all, man. Look, I thank y'all for coming and joining us, though. I do. This was a much needed conversation. It was so much drama on the internet. I had to spin it. So I'm about to get up off here. It's 8:18. I'm about to go support Lowdown and Passionately Gangster on the Atmos Love Zone channel because they battling right now. So look, before we go, I'm going to do this. Everybody love on somebody. That's all you got to do. Love every last one of y'all. And remember, elephants don't swat flies. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Be someone important. Be yourself. And you kill hate, negativity, and drama with love, truth, and honesty. DanaJay gone. I see y'all on Atmos joint. And the NFL draft is on, y'all. See ya. Thank you for joining. Peace.
Stunning on them haters like your boy a superstar. If life was a movie,